time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Ugh, almost my bedtime. Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Favourite Performances. Now, while I was going through my Dan Stevens obsession last month, I watched a film called Colossal. And in that film, I found this month's obsession, Jason Sudeikis. Honestly, I wasn't too keen on that film, but both Dan and Jason were really good in it. And there was one scene in it where Jason's character really lost it and he started like throwing things and breaking stuff. And it was really powerful. His character had a really interesting arc in that. So that was like the only thing that was keeping me interested in it. Another one is We're the Millers. I love this film. It is so hilarious. Every time I watch it, it never gets old. And I always end up obsessed with Jason after I watch it. I find it really funny how just a simple like haircut and a shave can take him from this like cool, grungy stoner guy to like middle-aged dad of two. And it happens in quite a few of his films. He can play very different characters by just a change of a haircut. He's a fantastic comedy actor and he plays this role so well. And he has a great relationship with the other actors, with Jennifer Aniston, Emma Roberts and Will Poulter. It's such a fun film. It's definitely one of my favourites. Next up, another comedy, Horrible Bosses and Horrible Bosses 2. These films are so great, mostly because the connection between the three main actors. And you can see in the bloopers that some of those scenes are improvised, so they're kind of given free rein to say whatever they want and they really make each other laugh. You can tell that they're having so much fun on that set. And the films are quite funny anyway, but the connection between those three, and especially Jason Sudeikis, it just makes it so engaging. Each of them has their own flaw, but his character is easily distracted by pretty women. So that is how he's a liability. And sometimes things go drastically wrong because he just wasn't paying attention. And not only is he brilliant at comedy, he's also fantastic at drama. And that is really shown in Kodachrome especially. And there's so many moments where he is being so subtle, but it's telling you everything that you need to know. There's one moment that made me absolutely sob because you don't even see what's going on. You just see his reaction, but you know exactly what's happened. And just that small change in his facial expression just broke me. It's stuff like that that is so simple, but it's so effective. It's a really brilliant story and his character arc is so beautiful and I just adore that film. And finally, a TV series, Ted Lasso. I didn't think this was going to be my thing at all. I hate football. When people talk about football, I just like glaze over or I make IT crowd jokes. It's one or the other. It just doesn't really interest me and I just know nothing about football. I know about 5 footballers and I think like only one of them's still playing. I think 2 of them are dead. I don't even know. So yeah, I only really watched this series for Jason and also Brett Goldstein, who does the Films to be Buried With podcast. But I ended up really loving the show. It's a really good series. And you don't need to know anything about football because Jason's character is an American football coach that has come over here and he knows nothing about football. So any of the really like football-y jokes are kind of explained to you and you're like, oh yeah, that is quite funny. His performance in this was great and he won a Golden Globe for it, and his speech at like 3 o'clock in the morning in his hoodie, iconic. His character is really motivational and like in your face positive. And at the beginning you are kind of like the other characters like, what are you doing? All right, calm down. But you do throughout the series start to warm to him more and more. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the next series that they're currently filming. So yeah, those are my favourite performances from Jason Sudeikis. Those were only my standout performances. Of course, like he's been in so many things, so there were so many great films to choose from. And also all of his stuff on SNL, he was fantastic on that show. But I think I exhausted everything I could find on any streaming platform that I had or anything that was cheap to rent. So as per usual, there'll be someone else next month. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more of this. But as always, stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye.